Welcome to Live from M5. I'm here with Jason Cardanini, and my name is Jason Cardanini, and I'm here with
Dylan Fagan,
Emily Passanisi,
Aniruddh Mukkamala,
and this is Anxious for Anime. Okay, today we're going to talk about our favorite shonen anime. So I think we all know what shonen is.
Yeah.
Yes.
For those who don't know, shonen is it's a manga. It's like a magazine, right? But it's also a type of genre of anime, mainly for teenagers. It has a lot of like fighting and
specifically like teenage boys.
Yeah,
men,
it takes a lot of fighting aspects.
it also incorporates a bit of escapism, but
Yeah.
okay. But anyways, I'm gonna start with mine. My favorite shonen is probably Demon Slayer, because
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like Demon Slayer because I got into it like during this last summer with not this summer, but the last one with my brother, because he wanted to watch a show with me, and so we watched Demon Slayer together, and I really liked it. I really loved all the characters and stuff. I like all the breathing styles and all the demon powers. Because like I'm a fan of Berserk. I really like Berserk, for example, and like I feel it's kind of like a crossover there. I can't tell if it's exactly inspired by Berserk, but I can get a bit of a kind of a resemblance in certain ways.
Well, I mean, Berserk was pretty, it's a pretty big staple. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was inspired by Berserk.
Yeah.
Berserk has like a huge legacy, so
Berserk has
makes a lot of
inspired
sense.
some of the biggest anime and manga out there. So it's like we can do an episode where we talk about manga, like we can talk manga, and I can talk more about why I like Berserk. But back to that, I like Demon Slayer a lot. I think my favorite character would probably be Inosuke, because I just find him hilarious. But I have kind of a hot take here.
Yeah.
I don't exactly like Tanjiro. I don't.
He's a bit cheesy.
Yeah, he's cheesy, and like he seems too nice. I like. The thing is, for me, is that my favorite characters are often the most flawed ones, which is why I like Berserk so much, because Guts is the most like flawed, like manga or anime protagonist like I've ever seen, and it's super interesting. And don't get me wrong, Tanjiro is interesting. I just don't like him as much as I like other characters who are like grappling with certain things.
I feel like the context of Tanjiro's personality kind of relates to his backstory of how his family was killed by demons, so he was pretty much humbled, essentially.
Well, he already was humble.
I mean, he was already humble, but now it's like set in stone, if you get what I mean.
I don't know. I also like Vinland Saga a lot, because you see Thorfinn go through his journey. I like that journey more, because it feels like Tanjiro was just made too good. He was too much of a good guy at first. I like my characters. I still like his character. Don't get me wrong, and I still love Demon Slayer. But I usually my favorite type of characters are the ones who are flawed and have to work on their issues and have to overcome stuff. But that's just internally as well as externally. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go with you now.
Oh boy. So I have a wide variety of shonen anime that I'd be considered like top of the top. But I think what I'm going to be talking about specifically is probably Bungo Stray Dogs or Hellsing Ultimate. Those are probably my top two.
I have never heard of that, sadly.
I've heard of Hellsing Ultimate, but I haven't heard of Bungo Stray Dogs.
Oh.
I know it, I've at least heard of what Bungo Stray Dogs is, but like I haven't watched a single episode, but at this point I don't even really know what it's about.
What is it about?
All right, so it's essentially, to kind of give you context of the story, there's this kid, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't know he has supernatural powers where he turns into a white tiger and does really sick combat moves, right? He doesn't realize that. He thinks the tiger is chasing him, but in reality, he's the tiger. And so eventually this group of people, which are part of the organization, find this kid, right? And they take him in as like a potential worker for the organization. And so essentially this organization is kind of like going against this other organization that's kind of like a mafia almost. And these guys battle it out, and the story kind of progresses from there. I don't want to spoil anything, but
yeah. And I know what Hellsing Ultimate is. I know it's is that the right Hellsing Ultimate?
Yeah. Hellsing
Sorry, I was
Ultimate.
mixing up with I remember the other one, Fullmetal Brotherhood, because they're recreations, because the original ones just completely went off course from the manga, and they had to redo it again just to get it right.
But Hellsing Ultimate. Oh my gosh. Right. So I can only explain so much because we're on a school podcast, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is not for the faint of heart.
So essentially, we have another organization, right? It's called Hellsing, right? Hence the name. And so we have Alucard, which is this vampire, right? Who's like 700, 800 years old, born in the 1400s, right? And they utilize this guy in Hellsing in order to essentially beat the church, because the church in the show is very corrupt. They're almost like a certain organization that I will not mention that has taken it has done a lot of devious things in the 1900s, but
Okay.
it's essentially based off of that. And I can, like I said, I can only explain so much.
You gotta
but-
watch it for yourself.
So,
Yeah,
so
it's-
basically, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. Am I getting this right? Where it's basically like an anime version of Edward Cullen or something.
that might be
don't-
a bit of a stretch.
I don't
but-
know who that is.
He's that guy, that vampire creepy guy from Twilight.
I don't. That is.
I
not-
have no idea.
Twilight does not.
This is
compare
like something completely different.
Yeah, we're not getting.
Yeah, shall we just
Twilight
get-
is a
Twilight was
Is
garbage.
a-
I will end that there.
Twilight is a cesspool we are not getting into. Not on this podcast, not ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we switch?
Why do you like it again? Just because
It's so ridiculous. It showcases a level of, I guess, violence, action, and just nonstop pacing I have never seen in anime before, and I love it.
Same with Bungo. Something.
Okay, same with Bungo Stray Dogs, but Hellsing Ultimate's like another level.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to watch it. I've watched clips and I've seen the memes of.
Oh
of
yeah,
Alucard.
the memes are hilarious.
Yeah. But still, I need to watch it. And like, as anyone who's watched, seen the thing, I like his like outfit with his like red trench coat and his like dual pistols. It's
Yeah,
like
the dual pistols are so sick.
I can't tell which one I like more. I like Dante's pistols, or from DMC, or from Devil May Cry, or like Alucard's.
Alucard's is sick though,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, anyways, we're going on to yours now.
So I guess I kind of have like two answers to this question, because I haven't actually really watched like a lot of shonen recently. I've kind of been getting more into like shoujo. But I mean, I guess I could technically I don't know if I could consider Fire Emblem the answer to that, because it is more of a game series, but it did get a anime back in like the late 90s, but it was absolutely garbage.
Weren't there like only 2 episodes?
Yeah, there were only 2 episodes, and I think it's pretty famous because the character's name...
Marth.
No! Mars!
No, what
Mars!
Oh my god.
Did they call him Mars?
So basically, they call him Mars throughout the whole thing, because this was when the American audiences were not familiar with Fire Emblem as much as, now. So, of course we call him Marth now, but they called him Mars. But for some reason, I have no idea why. Basically, there is this flashback scene where or Mars, I guess I could say, he was... his father was teaching him, his father Cornelius was trying to teach him how to kill a deer. So he shoots the deer, and then he gets really afraid, and he runs away, and he's like, no, I can't do this anymore. And then his father yells at him, Marth! Mars! And that's the only time he is called Marth throughout the entire 2 episodes.
Oh my god.
God, what have
Did they make
done?
2 episodes and they're like, okay, we know this sucks, get rid of it?
I mean, I think it was like something like that, like about how like the funding wasn't really all that great. I think it had something to do with like its popularity being pretty low, which is would probably be different if it were made like now. But of course, this was like the late 90s.
Or
so.
they could have gone the ghost stories
or
route.
the ghost stories route. I would love to see someone
Dude,
actually
if they
do
had
that.
done the ghost stories, I would be actually laughing.
We are
so
not
much.
going to talk about what ghost stories is.
that deserves actually really a whole separate.
It
It
does-
episode.
does, but
deserves.
we are gotta be
We're on a school
very
campus.
we gotta be very careful with that one, because it's like
Yes, so
Yeah.
much.
But if Fire Emblem does not count for that answer, I would have to say Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up, and it definitely really hits that like escapism sort of part of shonen. I really loved the original series a lot, but I remember 5Ds
place.
was my favorite, card games on
I
motorcycles.
place Pot of Greed.
Card games on motorcycles. That is, that's the peak show of all time.
I wanted to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was younger because I was into Pokemon for a while, but one, I just never got around to it, and two, I didn't understand how you played it.
I actually liked playing the game more than collecting the cards. So like all of the cards that I really have are like from like those starter decks or packs from like Target. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really actually collect much of the booster boxes like I would for like Pokemon, but I have a lot of cards from like all those like play mats. Like they changed the rules so much now that I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea where the rules are at right now. But I guess it's just a very complicated thing.
Yeah, and the manga inspired the game, right?
Yeah, it was originally a manga about Yugi, who he was the game master like he is in like the series that everyone knows. But basically, it's called Season 0, where basically, I guess the manga is original manga as well. But basically, he would play like all of these different games, and there would usually be like a dark kind of side effect to it, like whoever loses the game dies or is put into a coma
banished
or something
to the
like
shadow
that.
realm.
Or banished to the shadow realm. Yes, that works.
I'll banish you to the shadow realm if you lose.
The amount of Yu-Gi-Oh memes, dude.
Memes. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh has spawned like a ton of memes.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it works.
And they are just enormous.
And then what is known as the Yu-Gi-Oh card game that is played throughout the most popular series, that was like one of the games that was played in the original series. It's been a really long time since I've watched or like read that stuff, but I want to say like it was called like probably Duel Monsters or something.
So
like
Yu-Gi-Oh just wasn't just the game in this manga. There were so many other types of things they do.
Well, I mean, sort of. Like, they had, like, traditional, like, Japanese games and stuff like that they would play in the original, but it wasn't, like, originally focused on the card game as, like, many know it to be.
So kind of like Kaiji, right? You know what Kaiji is?
No.
It's a gambling anime. You've probably seen it. It's the guy with the real... It has a weird facial experience, like the guy whose nose is, like, like a whole foot away from his face. I'll show you guys after.
Maybe.
Wait, are you talking about like the gambling anime that's like in a school or something?
No, that's we're not talking about that.
No. Shall we not get into gambling?
No, well, Kaiji does involve gambling, but also Kaiji is like actual high stakes. It was like Squid Game before Squid Game.
Squid Game before Squid Game.
Well, it came out in like the 90s and 2000s, so it was way before Squid Game.
Well, yeah, of course.
Oh.
But still. And although I heard that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Original mangaka, which for our viewers who don't know what that is, that's manga writer, like our author, he passed away.
He did pass away, I want to say like a year or two ago. I think it was like a real big mystery when it first happened, but I think they eventually like ruled it out to drowning. So
How did he drown?
I want to say like he was on vacation of some sorts, and I guess he somehow ended up drowning. I don't fully remember the full story, but something about like it was a very unexpected death.
We lose the Yu-Gi-Oh creator Kentaro Miura and now Akira Toriyama. It has not been a good few years for manga enjoyers.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
No.
So I should probably read. I might read that eventually. But anyways, we're going on to Aniruddh now.
Okay, I've not been talking at all. I don't really care.
He's just been in the background.
I've just been like, hey, what's up?
He's just standing there
Hi, guys.
menacingly.
Menacingly.
He's just standing there menacingly.
I've mastered the ability to stand
If there's
still.
a video
Anyways,
editor,
visible
please
to
put
the
that
human
over this.
Okay.
What?
Please put the symbol of the menacing characters, like put it over this if there's a video editor.
Or the Patrick voice clip of he's just standing there, man.
Or Drax just...
He's just standing there.
Or just
menacingly.
Drax eating a chip
Shall we just try?
slowly.
All right, let me go to the anime.
All right.
I'm gonna pick the most famous one. Probably everybody knows. It's Naruto. I like Naruto pretty much. I remember.
Do you like Boruto?
Boruto? Hell no! No!
Get that
Get out of here!
please.
No, we're not talking about Boruto.
I said that just to spur up controversy.
Well, thank you.
Thank
Worked.
God. Okay, Naruto.
Very nice. Great
I
success.
first watched when I was like, not in the age, but like I remember going to one of my friends in the Bay Area's house, like one of my friend's house. He watched Naruto, so I watched like maybe like the first few episodes there on Netflix, and then later it motivated me to watch Naruto, the original, on what is it, Netflix as well. They removed Shippuden, and I'm still furious at Netflix for why.
Why? Why would they remove Shippuden? Why?
Because streaming services don't really get all the rights. That's kind of how it unfortunately.
Yeah, you have to go on like a scavenger hunt just to find all the shows you want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It sucks.
With something like, say, Made of Abyss, I talked to Dylan about this earlier. I want to watch that, but I
Same.
can't.
Where is it?
You just got to look on pirated anime sites. Like, it's not on Netflix.
Again, we are not getting into that on this
No,
one.
we will get banished to the Shadow Realm. Anyways,
I banish you.
To the Shadow Realm.
that's what Rockland Media or the school would say to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, I watched the original Naruto, and same also, my brother also got introduced to it. So he basically decided to go out and watch it. I mean, pretty much everybody has watched Naruto at this point, so like, should I just give out spoilers? Just
I don't
for
care.
the.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't plan
Go
on
ahead.
watching it.
I
so.
remember watching I think some of my favorite characters. I know pretty much everybody kind of does like Sasuke. You either love him or hate him.
Yeah, he's kind of that guy.
He's the edgelord. Also, one of my friends in 7th grade basically made a stupid meme where it's like, he goes like,
Edgelords are like, they have to be like, they either have to take themselves extremely seriously or just are a complete.
yeah, they're a complete joke.
Doofuses or something.
It has to be a parody because, like, again, I'll bring up Berserk again. That is like almost edginess done right because it's like completely serious, but also you got to have funny edgy where it's like it's almost like someone. There's a character in Three Houses who like tries. I forgot his name. Who tries to act like a tough guy, but really just like a normal person who like caves at the. I forgot his name.
Okay, well, there's multiple characters who fit that description. So,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the most known one of like all the edgelords in Three Houses would probably be Dimitri.
I think it might be Dimitri. I don't know.
Yeah, Dimitri, he's blonde, and then after the
Oh.
time skip, he has like the eye patch because he got his eye torn out.
Again, yeah. The way I learned about Dimitri is watching a Berserk Guts versus Dimitri.
Yeah, Dimitri looks like post time skip. Dimitri looks like he would be a Berserk character.
Yeah.
And shall we continue? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Sorry.
That went
some
off
of
the
my
rails.
favorite. I had like.
You gotta hurry it up.
I remember. Also, one of my favorite characters is Jiraiya. Not for that. It's just so goofy. And when he died in Shippuden, I was like so sad because he was actually like one of my favorite characters.
You did it for the laughs.
Yeah, but also I think I hear it was like one of the worst battles in the whole anime. So,
Yeah.
Also, the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke actually peak. Like screw whatever other big anime battle there was back in the day. What is it? Naruto versus Sasuke. I'd take that any day.
My first two cosplays were Naruto characters.
Yeah.
Mine was my first one was Itachi, and my second one was, oh my god, I feel so stupid. I forgot the mentor name.
Is it Ozma?
No, the dude with the white hair. I forgot. His
Oh,
name.
is that a Jiraiya?
No.
No, wait.
The mentor of the team? He has the thing covering his eye.
Hold up.
You know what?
You
like, the
mean
spiky
Madara?
hair-
No.
No, you know the dude that does the really funky thumbs up in the show?
He has the eye patch over his eye.
Oh, is it Danzo?
No.
Wait, I cannot remember.
See, none of us can remember.
We're going to be spending the rest
I'm
of the
eating
podcast just trying
I'm
to
eating
figure this out.
popcorn while watching.
Shall
It
we-
doesn't. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so yeah, Naruto is a great series. I wouldn't say it's like overrated, but it's not like it. It's not like
The best. Really, it's not.
I mean, I
It's
guess
great,
you could.
but
I guess
it-
you could say it's mainstream for a reason.
yeah, it
Yeah.
became mainstream.
though that does bring up a problem of what kind of sometimes what happens when animes go mainstream. Like we all know what happened with My Hero when it went mainstream.
Oh, the
Oh,
fan base.
we will never talk about My Hero. Get that out of here.
We will
The
talk.
fan
We
base.
If
could.
anything, it needs a whole separate episode.
We can talk about My Hero, but we're not getting into the fan base because that can get this podcast removed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so that was just one of my things. But I do, from what I've watched, I really enjoyed it as well. Do you have a favorite arc? Exactly.
One of my favorites is what is it? I will definitely say this is gonna be the basic one, but it's the one with Madara, the
the
big
Fourth
war.
Ninja War.
Yeah, the Fourth Ninja War. That was the Fourth Shinobi War. That was an incredible. I actually like Madara. He's a very good
We
villain.
gotta finish this up. Then we gotta go.
All right.
Okay,
Oh.
but yeah, we can talk about this later. Okay,
Well,
bye
so
bye.
this was fun. Hi, I'm Jason Cardanini. We're Anxious for Anime. Signing off.
Thank you for listening to the podcast live from M5. If you'd like for more content like this, please visit rocklandmedia.org. Thank you.